There you go. Hey, welcome everybody. On the base. Session 2, everybody. Clap, clap, clap. Dogs, am I right? Anyway, you can hear me, right? Not talking to myself.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you.
Good. Good. Good, good. Guess with that being said and done, since I'm late, and me being late, I guess I have a simple question now that I can say every single week. Are you ready to begin? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
It's cool.
Let's go, man.
No.
That's the spirit. So, to put it simply, each and every one of you made your way to Negda, the capital city of the deserts of Kahfir, to the Kaju Adventuring Guild, because well, for some it was a known fact, for some it was mere chance. That basically fate assign all of you to this job to basically be team 2 and to figure out what happened to team 1, who were ventured out to look for ruins. Eventually they found the ruins and investigate, but never came back. You ventured it yourself, found the camp abandoned, the people dead, and a massive scarab waited at the end of the ruins that Mahet very easily oh yeah, Beetle, that's very easily dispatched of using a ship face.
Quick question.
Yes,
We have no background music. Where is
I
it?
know. So hold up. So by defeating the giant beetle, you impress someone but that calls himself the eldest son, and now you are given a task to do to find his sister by name Aliyah and his brother by name Redov somewhere out here, where you basically were let off without a map, without any direction, where to go, where to seek. You were just, what you see on the stream is what you see when you exit out this massive hallway, a massive stairway, with no real direction. So, with that being said and done, a simple question for all of you. You're an archaeological campaign, that is a fact. It's up to you, and your discretion, to figure out how you wish to proceed. So, massive stairways leads to hundreds of pathways that probably goes for thousands and thousands of miles combined distance.
Matt starts walking.
I know.
I
don't.
grab the head. Before we move anywhere, we need to come up with a plan, and we clearly have some members who need rest.
What are you talking about? I can keep going.
A brave notion, but a stupid one. We're talking about a place we don't understand.
Oh, a
We can't
place?
handle slackers on the road.
Is it a place or is it a concept? Maybe it's something in between. Exciting.
Under the circumstances, I couldn't give you a correct answer. For now,
Maybe
I
that's what this
suggest
place is. Answers incarnate.
For now, I suggest we work together to find a camp space, some place to base, and figure out what to do next.
Woo! Camp. I haven't been camping in years. What's camping?
Mayhaps a tavern? One good adventure usually starts in one.
Kind of just looks out.
It's also a great place for many of tales to be told. Maybe we'll find something about who we're supposed to be looking for.
Can you see a tavern around here? Because I can.
Do you see any civilization other than what seems to be a labyrinth, I would say?
Roll me a perception.
I'm actually looking for what could be considered some sort of secluded room or something.
Although they're still on the actual stairway from the hallway. You're quite high up.
I know what we should do. We should make a sled and then go down the stairs.
Wise, but I don't think it will have any effect in this realm. We do not know the rules of this realm, except we do not go tired. As I was saying, we do not know, as this realm clearly makes us unable to get tired, hungry, or thirsty as...
He never said not tired.
I'm feeling pretty tired.
Well,
She says that she's kind of sitting down, trying not to fall over.
Kalius, you look at just horizon. Hundreds of paths, hundreds of miles long, sprawling. The best description you could have naturally is that of a very, very massive ant colony. Main coloration is of this dull gray with a bit of bluish light. Although you don't know if it's actually light or just a reflection of the sky, which is a sky that is kind of grayish. Looks like it has some source of light, although there is no clouds, no nothing. Just this.
You cut out there for a minute.
Oh no.
Discord cut out completely.
Oh no. Basically, basically dull grayish coloration everywhere. There is a light source up above that shines. Although there is no sun nor clouds, it's a source of light that comes from nowhere, seemingly, illuminating the whole place. Oh, for fuck's sake. Is it really just... Discord is dying. Very cool.
Boy.
Discord.
Oh boy, Discord is being a biche today.
Or is it Araxis?
What is-
No,
it's
no.
Discord.
Nah,
It's Discord. because
it's Discord.
Itself, so.
Nice.
if it's Araxis, we won't hear. The music won't stop.
Yeah, exactly.
True. Okay, so what's the last thing you heard then?
Silence. Sorry.
Silence. Really. Anyway, to describe it for the third time, it is dull gray everywhere. A light source that seemingly comes from nowhere above. No clouds, no sun, no nothing really. Some highlights of this bluish coloration. On the surface level, you don't see anything that would resemble having any civilization. There's no one walking, no one wandering. You of course see many from your distance, pathways and hallways that looks basically like small little holes so far away. Hundreds, thousands of alleyways, pathways. No real path to go. Or I guess no straightforward path to your destination. Nice.
Okay. Can I look around to see if I can find a room or some sort of place of shelter where we could rest?
You can roll me in there, perception.
Perception. Yeah, that's fine. 9. That means no in German.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Too many things to look at to figure out exactly where you can go. But I assume you all go down the stairs, massive stairs.
There's only one way forward, so I guess.
Perhaps we'll come out on some kind of town at the bottom. I don't see anything from up here, but there may be things that are too minute to notice from this distance.
Perhaps.
Making your way down, quiet, a thin layer of dust everywhere. You are the first people to come through this in a very, very long time. And eventually, when you make to the bottom of the stairway, no diversions anywhere. At the very bottom, there is almost like a massive, half a mile wide, singular road that just almost half a mile away splits into 8 separate sections. 3 on the left go basically left. You don't know exactly where, but direction is left. 3 on the right side go right, and 2 in the center seemingly go down, seemingly forward. Oh, good choice.
Is there anything that would resemble lettering or anything?
No, all looks like it's made. Honestly, it looks like it's made out of single metal thing. Like it's all like the pathway and everything is constructed out of parts. It looks like it's one singular thing. God. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh?
Yes. God damn it, Discord. I'm trying to say a narrative. Why are you doing this?
Server, stop running on hamster fuel.
I have a suggestion. Everybody move to chilling below.
Is it set up?
It's below.
Really?
There you go.
Like,
I just have an idea because it happened in Worm's thing as well, where we changed servers and everything worked perfectly. But yeah, 8 pathways.
It's still the same server.
Yes,
Okay.
I know. No, it's just weird different channels, and apparently sometimes that works. Never mind. So, simple question: 8 roads, 3 lead left side, 3 lead right side, and 2 seemingly lead straight, although downwards.
So I'm curious. When you say 3 lead left and 3 lead right,
Yes.
do you mean like there's a pathway and there are those 3 that branch off directly, like firm right angles,
Yes.
or
Yes. Imagine if this road was a piece of paper and somebody snipped one side into 8 sections.
and the right and left ones, are they parallel to each other?
Seemingly, yes. There's no
Alright,
lettering, there is no markings anywhere. Although you can
And are they
see
right after one another?
no writing. Although you can see that all those paths lead distinctly in their own ways.
Second. So I'm picking a good color.
Yeah, so hope everybody has their pen and paper. Because if you think I'm not gonna make you lost on your own decisions and then trying to figure out how to get back, you're sorely mistaken.
Red brown works.
Well, I mean, unless somebody has keen mind.
So
True.
well, I mean sweats. With that said, okay, so 3 pathways that lead in right, left, and
2 pathways in the center that seemingly go down.
okay, so just there's 2 pathways that lead down. How do those?
They just seem like not a slide, but they seem like have a subtle descent.
How do they diverge? Do they diverge off like fork? Do they split?
No, they seem like almost like a continuation of the main path. Just they're at the dead center. So
Oh, how are they separate paths then? Is there like a wall dividing them?
no, there is what seems to be nothingness dividing them. Like it's been split, although there is no walling, no nothing. No
What
railing.
splits?
So it goes there, but then eventually further down, it splits even more so.
Yes.
Is that where you're trying to get? There you go.
Yes.
So initially left, right, center, but then those branch off into other left, right, and centers. Okay. Basically, he's just saying it's a big maze.
It is.
But it's obvious.
Well, not going to get anywhere without inaction. Might as well pick a side and start. So that would be a total of 9, right?
No, 8, 3,
9.
3, and 2.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
6 and 2.
We descend.
Seems as good a direction as any.
Well, if you
There isn't a way. There isn't a way on top of the walls, are there?
no. Although, if you're gonna try to descend, there are 2 basically cut paths. No. So that's why I said there's 8 choices, not 7. There's 2 almost like one by another path, but you know, there's no distinction where they both lead, but they both lead basically in the same direction.
Yeah. Then Grimcloak pulls out a coin and flips it. I'm gonna roll a D2. And I'll just
One for left, 2 for right.
Yeah. Okay, 1 is heads, 2 is tails. It's tails, so we're going to take the right straight path.
Okay. Cool. I just want to ask who is going first.
Kalis.
No.
The meat shield's going first.
Oh.
Also, arguably the most perceptive one, but you know.
Yep.
Guess I'm taking up the rear.
So, as you descend down, it it takes about several minutes until you realize, looking to your left, the other path also kind of bends away, like becomes more and more distant. And about 7-8 minutes of walking, it is about a mile away. As you're underground, you look back at the path behind you, about 150 wide and about a good 3,000 feet away from where you started from the decision. Uh, Down here is significantly more darker. It is not like darkness, but it's the light is not as prevalent as above. But looking around, basically you see hundreds or even thousands of similar curved roads, pathways that lead nowhere or somewhere, to assume. Uh, and making yourself down, uh, the path deviates a handful of times where in this massive road of 150 feet going down, slowly but surely, there are deviations on the right that lead somewhere else, and on the left every once in a while. So I have a question. Would you just maintain the same path down, or would you try to gamble with any other roads?
I think it's probably best to stay on this road for now.
Yeah.
If we come to an end of it, we'll
We're
split
staying
off.
on the right path.
Okay. So, if somebody with brilliant or keen mind wanna note it down, you passed
Yeah.
you passed on your right 4 pathways that lead somewhere else, and on the left you passed 2. But however, making it to the bottom, it takes you about an hour. Were you for a good minute thought you're just gonna go to a very open area with nothing in it? But as you actually make it to the bottom, you realize you're in some sort of alleyway, but not really. It's more like a nihilum bluster. In some big cities like Cali, there are like market squares that are several miles long with a bunch of stools and all the likes. It kind of reminds you of this, like a very massive open space with seemingly buildings in the walls. Not like not like shoved there, but more like it has been built in it. And it's what you best you could describe, maybe a marketplace or something that seems to have some resemblance, although it's all empty. There's nothing there. Nevertheless, roll me a perception check, everybody.
Empty. Wait, sorry. It's a marketplace that's empty of all people.
Yes, however, roll me a perception check.
Oh, damn.
Good roll.
And magic. I think it's a 9. I'll double check with you. Alright.
The crazy mumblings of my head.
Oh god, of course he has an amazing roll.
There you go. Oh god. Okay, so put it simply, side to side, you estimate it's about 4 or 5 miles wide. It seems to go for tens, if not dozens of miles, just in a straight line up and down. You can see a lot of those spiraling roads descend into the actual marketplace ahead of you and behind you. And you basically see, as you kind of, well, I guess for Grimcloak, Kalis, and Mahet, you basically start to see that, yeah, this looks like a marketplace, because as you kind of let your vision kind of stabilize and actually observe patiently what's around, try to figure out if you see anything resembling civilization, you do find in the distance what seems to be destroyed stalls, but you assume it would be part of a marketplace. However, Mahet, in the buildings that are basically, it seems to be miles to travel, because they're not like in the middle of this opening, but basically at the walls at each end. You see countless of windows, countless of entrances, and for the briefest of moments, on the right side of this road, in one of the windows, you see a sudden flash of green. And for a second, you blink, almost in disbelief. Then you look again. A few seconds pass. You see again orange.
The glinting moon lives.
As I stare off into the window, something's moving.
You think it could be the inhabitants?
Something's moving.
I doubt there are many inhabitants left here at all. The stalls are smashed. It looks like this place was ransacked.
They could be hiding from whatever did that.
Or it could be
Or they could be what did that.
exactly what I was going to say.
But we'll never know unless we find out.
Go! He kind of puts his hand in his bag and pulls out a grenade.
I
No,
do
no,
not
we
recommend.
don't want to kill them immediately.
Ask
I do not
first.
recommend.
Slowly? Oh, that's very twisted.
Later, perhaps. Thank you.
Pulls
You're
out
not-
another grenade.
I'll just go back then.
And then another and starts stringing them up again.
This, if I say, yep, don't throw them unless given explicit instructions by me to do so. Alright?
Maybe.
That's about as good enough as he's gonna get from you, ain't he?
So,
Kalis will start.
so
Nope.
TLDR, it is about, you estimate like 3 miles of walking, give or take.
Are we going to go and investigate the movement?
I mean, can we
It's
also see the
first-
light?
This is the first sign of civilization that we've gotten.
I think because Grimlock and Kalis roll high, I would say, because my head pointed out and you waited enough, you see also just like in the like one window, and you see just a glint of orange for half a second and stops, and it's like, it's not like in precise intervals, but you guess like every 40 seconds or so, you just see the flash. Not even music.
I think we should investigate it. It's the first sign of civilization we've gotten here.
I completely
Rust,
agree.
broken stalls, loose wood.
lose resources. Loot!
Let us just see. Approach it carefully, see what we can find out. Just don't enter the place and startle whatever inside.
Kalis nods in agreement to that and starts to move towards the glint in the
Mhm.
window.
So, it takes you a good 30 something minutes to just walk up relatively close. And you do realize that, from the distance it looks like, oh yeah, there's like several dozens not pathways, houses in the sides of the walls and of this underground place of this whatever the hell you are. Walking up closer, you realize it's like you realize there's like a lot more structure, and it's not like several dozen houses, it's hundreds and thousands, as the whole wall is essentially littered with said houses, precisely, cleanly, with a little deviation, although most of them seems to be melted, destroyed. Seemingly the metal has singed and burned, and some of those houses just got not washed, but more like covered by the metal that once probably burned. And you do
Can I
see,
inspect this metal?
yes, you can.
I'd like to do the same.
Is it the same metal as Nihilim's letter,
Uh,
and as well as the door that was originally in the?
yeah, you can roll. You can roll me investigation, all of you. But also what you realize is the actual uh, window in question that has the light seemingly is at least 50 feet above the ground. However, there is actual stairways and pathways on each floor. Let's see. Uh, for the life of you, it looks. How do I say this? It looks like metal. Kind of reminds you of this dulled mithril, although this is not mithril, something else. Additionally, if you're trying to get a sample, you can't. There's nothing you can really do that helps. Uh, although,
Clarity on that.
huh?
Like, I can't get a sample. The metal's indestructible.
Yeah, it is. It is basically try to do anything. It does not. It does not break. It does not budge. Either conventional or magical means. Bluster. You did grab Nihilum's letter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's just say the smoothness of the metal, even though it's in some parts looks like it's been like boiled and kind of like looks kind of ugly and painful to touch, it is incredibly smooth regardless. There is no annoyance on your skin, and almost the same texture of feeling as the letter, although the coloration of the metal is significantly different.
Can we get into the houses? Are they completely sealed by the metal each?
Well, here's the thing. No, there's several. Out of 10 houses, 8 of them are basically been melted. Not like directly, more like something rained on the walls that just covered them. And part of the pathway, although it's passable, although it's not very nice. And those that you can enter, which are plenty, it looks like it's just 50 by 60 feet empty space of just a room. Some of these rooms have one window, some have two. A doorway, although the doorway is non-existent. A lot of dust on the floor. A lot of dust on the floor. Almost unreasonably so compared to the outside, where outside you barely could get like a quarter of an inch. Inside is like 2-3 inches.
Is there
Where
any
is this-
signs of
Wait,
people
what?
other than us being inside?
No, you're the first
Wait.
one. Yes,
Wait, which house? I lost where we are. Are
Grimcloak.
we at the house that's flickering?
No.
Are we at the house that's flickering?
You're approaching the wall where the house is flickering, and you basically see that there's a lot more houses than that one, and just kind of peeking inside.
This is kind of like, a sanity or insanity check, however you want to put it. That does this seem like a house, or does this seem like a recreation of what a house looks like from the outside?
Insight.
Can I also do something?
Yes.
I would like to use a certain gaze that I was taught to do. Chronic gaze.
Uh-huh.
I would like to use it and see and look at the house, see if I see anything of note with it.
I need to actually give a second. I need to see these again. It's been a while. Hold up.
And
I
while
have
do
it
that,
right
I'm
here. I have it right here.
and while we do that, detect magic just in case,
That's it, that's it,
just for good message.
that's right. Boom.
So, the magic gives you nothing. Um. Grimcloak, can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
No, that's bad.
Relax, it'll be fine.
Oh, that's in the wrong chat. Wisdom saving throw. I should have very good wisdom to say because I'm a wizard. Let's see, wizard say. Okay, that's not too bad.
Oh no,
That's
yeah. You
that's
forgot
not
the roll part. You just.
I just like a nat 20,
That's,
it's-
that's
course,
how,
Free.
that's how you load dice on online D&D.
The
I'm
loaded
getting a
dice.
headache.
Well,
No.
no. Okay, so Grimcloak.
Wait, hold on. The halfling was saying no about that dice roll.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, you can go ahead and re-roll that.
Okay.
I give you permission to re-roll.
Fine, I'll take your permission to reroll. That's better.
Okay.
Thank you.
All of you all of a sudden see a Grimble. For a second you're like you feel heavy in your chest. You feel weird. Everybody else, you see all of a sudden Grimble just start to float. But not like he just starts to elevate, more like he got caught up in a sea wave as he seems to be lifting and just swinging left and right smoothly in the air. Grimcloak,
Yes.
you look around, everything is kind of the same, although there's this tinge of green. You look down as you feel a bit weird. You see you're about 3 feet from the ground, and then you look outside as you elevate and you realize the whole thing outside is flooded with a massive green shade. It's like a sea. It's swinging you back and forth And question: are you just gonna keep this on and see how long you can?
As long as nobody's commenting, yes, I will let this happen.
Can you roll me a
See what
wisdom
the thing
save?
is-
Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Again? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I will just keep my
You need to
concentration,
make
see what
sure
is
you
lead.
don't accidentally travel back to that time.
Well, I am rolling the same thing again.
Everybody else, I don't know what you're doing as you see your friend Grimcloak elevate, but all of a sudden you see him vibrate, like not shake, not spasm, almost like he's caught by something and just his face, everything looks normal, although his clothing, his whole being seems to be vibrating. Grimcloak, all of a sudden, everything around you, the whole place seems to randomly be under a constant earthquake. The whole sea outside seems to be at a rush, seemingly swinging back and forth violently, and kind of tossing you uh around as well, because you're basically in the room, so you're not just getting swayed out somewhere else.
Yeah, at that point, I'm gonna add my cat before I get flung too far. Because I'm getting a little.
You also start to hear a thing, a sound, something unnatural. Can you roll me an insight check?
Okay, before I got the connection, I have to do an insight. Insight. That's a 3. 18.
It's less the sound that you hear, it's more like a sound that you feel. It sounds like a screech, like a squeal of agony and pain. And you kind of connect instinctually two and two together. You feel like you're a thorn in somebody's side, a very painful one, and somebody has noticed and may or may not be coming for you. That's the vibration.
And I pretty much cut it off completely dead, and I will not attempt it again for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah, you cut it off as the violent shaking continues and the outside looks like a raging storm, and then as soon as you cut off, everything goes plop as you drop 2 feet to the ground and everything is stable. And for everybody else, in the span of 12 seconds, Grimcloak just starts swooning left and right above the air, starts to vibrate uncontrollably, and then plops onto the ground on his legs.
What was that just now?
That was not expected, but the outcome was not a positive one.
If you look down, Flester's just inspecting you now. It's like, you're a weird one, aren't you?
Mages usually are. What did you see? Or find out, I guess.
I was simply looking to see if there were living souls inside. And from what I saw, everything's alive. And it did not like me looking at it. I heard them, and they are gonna be looking for me.
Then, it, many, one, alive. More thought.
So,
Also, how's that that check, DM? That was a 22.
for what?
The house question.
Oh, yeah.
Because these houses seem almost cartoonishly simple.
They look cartoonishly simple. Although you have this this understanding that no, this was lived with. Something about it feels like it has been lived, although what has remained is just the walls. And maybe the reason why you think there was something is because there is a lot more dust in here than there is outside.
Okay, weird question, but like looking at the floor, like
Yeah.
pushing away some dust. Are there any like leftover like scratch marks from moved furniture or something along the lines?
No. The only deviation when it comes to room by or room by room basis is the amount of dust, or more like its amount in specific areas. Right, maybe in one room it's everything kind of like 4 inches. In one place there's like 5 inches or 6. In one there's like 2 inches everywhere, but there's like 8 inches in one corner.
Is it dust
Alright.
or is it ash?
You basically sample it. It is dust.
Alright, and the last final question, is it watching me?
Is it watching you?
Is it
Roll a
this
wisdom
is-
save.
roll me D100.
Alright. This is an important question that
We
must
need
be
we
asked
need a
regularly.
crazy table specifically for
84.
Mahet.
The Mahet table.
Yes,
Mhm.
I am watching.
Mhm.
There you go.
Mahet picks up a handful of dust, watches it fall. Someone's watching.
I see you.
He slowly walks out of the house, mumbling to himself.
As Kalis follows Mahet out of the house, saying, we should keep moving. If something saw Grim, then this is probably the first place they'll look.
Oh, we could camp here. Wait for it to get here. No, wait, it might kill us.
Okay, so question: would you actually go to that one place that actually
The place with the orange
Flash.
spark?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going to move Mahet towards.
I'm gonna follow to that because the only
Actually,
direction we
Mahet-
have.
Mahet made a fairly good point there. Whatever it is, we might want to see what it is.
Okay. So, you wander in. You find the stairway. You climb the stairway. Basically overpassing the melted metal that drip down. Eventually, 50 feet above the above ground, or yeah, above the floor, you make it to the place where there was a spark of orange light. Question: I assume Kalis is first. Are you gonna draw your weapon or do anything, or just peek in, see what's?
Before, I'm just going to peek in for now. Waiting for a moment when, like, if the spark has been going off in like a steady pattern, waiting for a moment when the spark would be going off.
Okay. So, you wait patiently for additional 20 seconds, and the spark buzzes. You're so close you can hear it buzz. And as you peek inside after the buzz, amidst the buzz, you see it's the same room as you've seen a handful of times now, although in the corner there is a 3-foot tall metallic jug with limbs attached to it. Small, although elongated and a bit unnatural. You see that something on its side, on the top side of this jug, is detached. And as you wait, after 30 seconds, you see the jug slightly, the fragment piece slightly come together. And as soon as it comes together, it immediately charges this orange light with a crackle of electricity as the fragment detaches itself again, and thus begins the cycle anew.
Question: Is that
Well,
the pattern
well-
that it's doing? Is that like some kind? Is that theoretically some kind of code or language?
The pot?
Yeah, yeah. No. I meant the
like Morse code.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
exactly.
No, you
Okay.
you observe. You can roll me insight actually.
You sure thing.
Rituality.
Get possible.
Hmm.
Damn, you healing with the fucking rolls. Looking at
First
this,
good one.
yeah, looking at it, you realize it's trying to mend itself. That's your best explanation. Although when it tries to mend itself, something happens that it's just not allowed, and the cycle begins anew. And you have no real clue how long this has been going on.
I can fix it. I can fix it.
Just
Kalis will step in and like motion for Mahet to come forward as he says that.
He wanders over there carefully. He gets a bit closer. He
Zap.
looks at it. I get his little zapped.
No. As you wait around, it's not like it stops. It just continues to every once in a while zap.
Yeah, okay. I look closer. Can I just do an Arcana check on this before I do anything else?
Sure, roll me an Arcana check.
Would anyone be helping me in this research effort? Or are you just gonna leave my head to his machination?
No,
oh, I will definitely. If you're gonna arc, do that. Yeah.
I mean, we can both do it.
yeah. I mean,
Or
it's
you
just
can
one
help, and then
spot.
I can do.
Kaylee's looking like nerd.
Oh, I can do my own one then.
Yeah, I'm gonna help you.
All right.
My head and Blester would okay, both of you get this simple realization, the quickest equivalent that this is just a golem of sorts, a construct that's trying to make
I love
itself
golems,
yeah,
constructs.
as it
This
makes
can't possibly go bad.
yeah, as it's trying to make itself whole. You basically see a massive amount of dust by its limbs, where you assume they have no motion for how knows how long they're covered in the dust. Although that one section where the piece trying to fit together with the rest has nothing, no dust, because of probably the motion of trying to get made whole, but spazzing out
No
and starting.
obvious,
Yeah.
no obvious hostile magic.
That's the problem. There is no magic.
Mm-mm,
There
it's
is
non-magical.
no magic.
Do I think it's machinations like electricity? Do I think it's more mechanical? It's a golem. There's
You look.
some.
You
level.
okay? You look. You can clearly see what it's trying to retach itself. There's no like anything. You can see it looks like just a normal clay pot trying to fit itself together, like an
Alright, now I'm
invisible.
gonna look on Kaylee's meme answer here. I'm gonna look real close. Gonna grab like a stare at an inch away.
Don't suppose you could mend it.
I
Yeah.
can. I just want to make sure it doesn't explode.
Yeah, you look at it and you basically see what you assume is clay, right? That is, looks brittle to the touch, seemingly folding softly again, and you can if everybody's quiet, you can hear the soft clasping sound as two pieces of clay hit each other and try to kind of like recombine itself. And you do see at the very bottom, you see the pieces begin to meld together as one, as if some invincible
And it's-
glue just
As it's on the epitome of putting itself back together, I'll cast mending.
Can you roll me d20?
Sure.
Oh God. Hit the deck.
It fails. Nothing really happens. It's just clang. Goes back again.
And then it happens again, I'll cast it again.
Roll me d20.
Enforcing the Baldur's Gate freeway.
It happens again. You feel
Reload the last save.
You feel it feels less that you're failing something. It's more like you failed the timing.
Yeah, I'll try to perform the timing. I'm gonna
d20 again.
I am I gotta time this right.
I'm going to kind
17.
Okay, you.
As a little note, can Kalis just lean forward and just say, try timing it to the appearance of the sparks.
Bro, he's gonna do the NPC dialogue. Have you tried hitting that with your axe?
Hey, at least I let you try it a couple times first.
Give me a second. I need to change the music. Hold up a second.
I mean, that started with the houses too. I mean, we didn't know where to go, so the houses started shining.
Hold on a second. There you go. This is gonna be great. And as soon as you're I imagine the first time you're try to time it, and you're the flash, just a flash of light passes. You try to touch it, fucking fails. Second, a bit closer, and then the third time you hit it. And as soon as you do, the piece flashes again, although the piece does not fall out. Again, it stays whole, and all of a sudden you all hear whirling, like actual wind, a storm in the midst of the spot.
Renee's at the ready.
No, jeez.
Okay, where's the music?
To work.
Jeez.
It's swept up in the storm.
Put you together, it takes you apart.
As my good people, the whirling stops rapidly, as all of a sudden you hear music coming from the center of this thing. The creature, without any interaction from any of you, stands up on its legs. They're flexible in more ways than one, as they seem to extend almost several feet more and then retract to what seems to be a good feet and a half from the actual start of the limbs, fitting this entity a lot more than it was previously. You hear buzzing. You hear sounds of sparks inside of it. The music continues on until all of a sudden it just turns to all of you and gives a wave.
Hello! I am Mahet! I go to shake its hand.
That old good.
It shakes your hand as well.
I would say Can you understand us?
It looks at you all. The buzzing inside continues. It kind of looks at you. There's no eyes, there's no sockets, although it seems to be recognizing your presence, all of your presence.
Is the buzzing a language?
Perhaps
No.
it is some kind of construct.
Like,
Oh, this is quite fascinating. Is it some sort of ancient piece of machinery, too? Yes, I think you're right.
The buzzing continues,
Just
the melody
knocks on it.
continues. You knock on it. You wanna imagine you're gonna hit like something soft as clay. You literally hit your head against like solid, unmovable metal. Clang. The pod seems
It's
not
quite
to react.
solid.
All of a sudden, there is the beeping stops, the whistling stops, the music continues, although you hear a very unsatisfying whistle from the center, and you hear a very soft voice coming from inside. Software.
Can I?
You hear a soft voice say, "Software outdated."
DM, can I make an Arcana check?
Sure.
Do we have a IT guy in the party?
It's the closest thing
Have
you
we
two
tried
have.
turning it off and on again?
Can I try and see if would a religion check work too?
Is it plugged in?
is
What? I'm not aware of this god you say of software.
It sounds more to me like it said it was outdated. Perhaps something is deteriorated. We had to mend it already.
I mean, it is pretty old by my calculations. And how much dust is on this thing?
what is this software?
What is software? Mahet, you
Thinks, brain cooking.
think, and you heard something about software long ago, somewhere deep in your psyche. It is not a concept that you know. You have heard it before, and the very fact that you remember knowing this makes your mind a bit amiss, a bit of jumble, if you will.
Software. Not hardware. Hardware is different. Hardware is hard. Software is soft. What makes a difference?
Kind of like balls up in a corner, going back and forth, rocking himself as neurons are firing, but they aren't reaching the part that makes him speak.
You hear the soft voice speaking up again, traversing to surface base 17. It then stands up and starts to just lazily walk left, right, left,
We
right.
go! I jump up top of him. I step up.
Like a cat on a Roomba.
Yeah. Step. It is.
Well,
Software!
and this is. I'm after. It's like, well, this is the first leave we've had since we got here. Might as well follow.
Is it leaving the room? Or
Yes,
is
it is-
just walking. It is leaving the room.
Yeah, it is.
Is it
leaving
going back the way we came from?
It seems to be going. Oh, it seems to go back the way you came. It seems to go down the stairway, and it seems to go further ahead down this massive, wide. Let's call it path.
a thoroughfare,
Yeah.
kind of.
Yeah.
It seems to be, if this is a marketplace, then clearly the wide road was the main road
Yes.
throughout this area.
Yes, this road. So yeah, I assume everybody's gonna follow it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's walking
It's-
away with one of our party members. Kind of
we
happy.
could leave him.
It's
And-
also, I mean, I could easily take him off of it. It's not like that would be difficult.
But it is also
However,
the first. It is the
It's
first
the
thing
first
we've
lead we have.
Exactly.
I
And I'd
guess
like to
I'll
learn more about it
follow-
as it's walking. Maybe see
No,
if
I am-
there's any way to get inside there and see what's going on in there.
I would try talking to it again. Do you know what happened here? Can you give us information?
It is doing nothing, just walking.
Mm.
And it's making a very shitty pace. It's making the 32 feet every 6 seconds type of movement speed. The one that you can't really run or walk.
Well then,
Nevertheless, it still gives a melody out. Although it's a melody less that you prescribe like to a religious or religious or scientific background, more like literally just a tavern music.
oh, I guess. But just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna cast comprehend languages just in case.
Yeah, what language?
Do I get
is
anything out of that?
in
Nope.
this?
Nope. Okay.
Every once
Well
in a
then.
while, you hear the soft voice saying "software outdated, proceeding to maintenance bay 17."
Is that
Well
is it
then.
saying that in common?
Yes, you all can understand
Yes.
that.
I'm not privy to walking this slow. Should we speed things up?
I
Gotta
pick up Lester and just like set him on my shoulder.
I'm
Caleb's
talking more
gonna
about the.
keep
I'm
up.
talking more about the pot. Seems to be going a bit slow.
You're gonna just cast haste.
Actually, yes.
I do not recommend casting magic, considering it hasn't done anything we would presume it would do so far.
It may take it as a sign of hostility.
And I do really think that this type of metal just doesn't accept magic the way we use it.
He's thinking. It's like,
I think for now, we will merely have to move at its pace.
Oh.
It is not like we have much better to do.
actually,
So-
we do. We have to go find some stuff, but whatever.
Where?
He shrugs.
Precisely.
Yeah,
Perhaps, if this golem gets to where it's going, it will have some information.
And then as soon as he hears that, my face presses. Maybe they'll have some ancient language that we don't understand yet that I can decipher.
Okay.
Maybe we could find people.
Oh, that too. But
Somehow, I have a feeling that whatever this thing thinks of as people might be long gone.
Don't bite me, Alexander.
Bite him, Alexander! Bite him! Get him! Fight! Fight back against
No,
even better, lick him
the
to
machine!
death. Give him all the kisses.
No, he's biting the headphone fucking wire. Shut up.
Oh, he's
No,
biting the
he's
headphone
dead.
wire.
You
Okay,
need to
no,
start
don't
giving
bite
him a
that.
bunch of
Sabotage,
toys.
no.
Then
I know. He has a sausage at the moment in his mouth, but still he wants the wire. Anyway,
He's
so
trying to help.
I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. This road trip of yours takes 6 hours. It's very
Yeah.
boring. Can you roll me six perception checks?
Oh
Individual
boy.
ones?
Yeah, see if you
Yeah.
can
All of
see.
us?
I mean, those who wanna
Wait.
perceive the surroundings, see if there's
Yeah,
anything
Yeah,
in
wait,
between.
all of us
I'm
individual
going to
fixed ones?
hey Fire.
Yeah.
Take since I'm on your shoulders, take it with advantage on each of them.
Yeah. Grimlock's definitely gonna look around because they have now learned to be a paranoid fuck.
Oh my god, it's all such a fucking boring. Ah, look at its adorable little shit.
And all of them are +4, so 19, 18, 7, 4, 7, 12.
1,
Oh,
2,
62 or 2D? Oh, yeah.
4, 5,
Oh, you got a nat 20, nice.
6. I got
And
the highest was 28, the lowest was 11.
This is just happening over a span of time. I'm just gonna stick to a passive. We're just gonna average out these rolls.
What's the average?
Let's see,
24, I think.
22. Yeah, normally, but I'm gonna make it higher. It's 25.
Damn. Thank God, it's such a
Not 25, 29. Sorry, 29. I don't know why I said 29.
In case y'all haven't been noticing, folks, Eric's got a dog, so
Yeah,
And if you have been noticing, yes, he's cute.
it's adorable.
Mhm.
Anyway, 29 6 times. Okay, as much as I want to tell what each of you see, I'm just gonna say from my head's position because he's 29ing for 6 hours. So, funnily enough, you realize something, Mahet, and everybody else in their own submissions. The more you travel, assumingly away from your quest giver, the eldest son, if you were, the more stuff is more prevalent on the street. You start to see market stalls, although market stalls don't do them justice anymore, more like fragments. And when I say fragments, literally chunks and pieces of metal that's
I
used
take
to
the medal.
Oh god,
Thank
here we
you.
go
Anyways.
again.
Take the-
Oh shit! Here we go again.
Additionally, also what you see is there are more of these pots that are, well, chunks, pieces of them scattered. Some literally just less than a handful, some literally sections of the whole body. Some are larger, some are longer, some are smaller. You don't really see any orange sparks trying to recuperate themselves. Mahet, can you roll me something? Just an insight. And just make him roll because
Sure.
he has 29 all the time.
There is.
Let his brain cook.
That is brain cook. We'll see. We'll see if I can cook.
Oh my god, what a
Um,
silly fella. Oh my
Go ahead and take advantage for that. Oh well, it's
Oh,
it's a good
pretty
point.
much.
Never mind.
Pretty much it's a gonk.
Yeah. So, TLDR, you kind of realize something. One epiphany. Something has occurred in the center or the main point of something has occurred that made devastation, laid the waste. And that point was probably where you started your journey, as everything was pristine and clean and gray. And the more you travel away from that point, the more, well, not more lively, but there's more stuff on the ground that you can just see.
Pick up and throw in my bag.
What type of stuff?
Literally fragments of the metal that are reminiscing of something that used to be in, well, just in this main road. And when like
So is it the special metal? Or is it just like utensil metal? Like is it typical?
it is grayed out, and it's extremely flexible, almost like tin. Although it does not have the characteristics of tin, it looks like bronze.
Cool. I take.
I know. Are you gonna take every single piece of metal?
As much as I can without falling behind.
Can
But you're
you?
On top of the pot.
Yeah, so I just like what happens is he's walking forward, I just hold the bag open in front of him and leaning down, so all of it that he walks past just gets collected into the bag like a little Roomba.
So basically, you're gonna do the Roomba meta. You're not gonna actively look out,
Roomba meta, correct?
right?
The Roomba meta.
AFK fish farming.
Yeah, let's
Is
select.
is anybody else gonna help my head for this? Cause he's gonna just.
No.
No.
I'm gonna pick up a shard and closely investigate it and continually.
You can roll
Just-
an investigation.
Remember, items in my hands or later magic items.
No, I
in
want to
yours.
roll investigation too.
Not anything here I would go after, except the thing that was trying to rip me to little atoms.
Okay. So Lester, this other metal that you found, it is as soft as tin. Even like it's more like it's you can easily destroy it. It's less durable than actual wood, and you don't know if it's innate property or it's something to do with the time degrading its qualities. It differs to
I'm gonna have to purify this metal.
the fur epiphany is this is like tin, but when you break it, you can literally bend it and break it. Not like with one thing, but with significant enough pulling. It has this bronze-esque coloration. So for you, it's like, oh, it's like tin, but bronze colored. It doesn't have any innate smells, any other things. I don't know if you're gonna try to taste.
Yeah, I'll taste it.
I was gonna say. No, I'm not gonna taste it. For sure not. But if Mahet wants to, go right the hell ahead.
Look.
I see. Well, nevertheless, let's see. Is there Grimcloak, are you gonna try to do anything? Like just because mind
On
you,
the way, no, I'm just gonna be on lookout for duty. That's all I'm doing. There's
Mhm.
nothing really of these metals that I care about right now.
my head, because nobody actually helped you get the metal, write yourself getting 10 pounds of metal.
This is truly a devastation. We lost so much profit.
You lost so much profit.
No,
You got a
you
big
don't understand.
you got
but you
the
will one day.
you got the big piggyback ride from a golem.
True, which was great.
Second.
You're welcome for that one.
Second. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Funnily enough, after 6 hours of walking, a significant revelation has appeared, as there is now 2 very massive holes on each side that seem to be another roads. And this golem takes a right path and proceeds to walk down this massive, about 100 feet tall, about 200 feet wide alleyway.
Another right turn.
Mhm. I say, if it takes enough right turns, we'll eventually go in a circle.
Oh. To put it simply, you do also realize something. Something about the coloration. It's still metallic, but the coloration is a bit different. It's less grayish. It's this undescriptive coloration. In this hallways. Nevertheless, it's a lot more uh, uh closed in, and it's kind of dark. Because now, remember, you went underground under a source of light, and then you now basically under another shadow, and it's kind of dark now. Alias, uh, it's kind of hard to see without a source of light. I'm not gonna lie.
I cast
That's
light,
why I brought torches.
and I have light. Cantrip light. I just
My
Grab
clothing starts
whatever-
glowing again.
and then a mage hand above me because cantrip bullshittery.
Okay.
Excellent. We're good for light.
Oh, takes you about half an hour just literally wandering this path, following the clatterings of the golem, occasionally seeing pathways to the left and to the right. Two on the left, one on the right, to be exact. All of a sudden, you hear a voice echo from the from the golem. Observatory
found the place?
station nearby. Redirecting. All of a sudden, does almost like a 100-something degree angle from where it was walking, and just starts walking basically from what you assume is straight to almost min-maxing significantly more to the left, and he barely scratches the wall as he goes into just a sidewalk on the left. Just walk again. Takes a few more minutes. And in here, in this place, it is absolute darkness. You cannot see more than 30 feet, like natural D&D lighting. You're in absolute darkness. And your sources of light is literally Grimcloak with his lights.
And a torch.
And a torch. As you walk, you realize something immediately, Nihilum. You look at the pathway. It's still grayish, but sections of it, almost like something painted, like winds painted them. You see slivers of bronze. Almost similar as the letter position.
Look at these walls. It looks like they implemented the metal into the walls. Huh.
After walking for a good 100 feet from this revelation, you realize the bronze fully takes over. There is no more gray, and this bronze, as you saw at the doors, entering the ruins, and from Nihilum's letter, it is now essentially what has the floor, the ceiling, and the wall. And one thing also you realized after walking for a few minutes, this bronze, you start to see, same as before, houses left and on the right. But you realize they actually have doors of wood. Destroyed, demolished. Although still resemblance of wood, of material, and not like nothingness is prevalent. And from the torchlight and the glowing lights, looking into inside, you can see dust, not as much as in the first buildings you've seen, but you actually see furniture. Yes, furniture. Although not of wood, but of metal. And basically, what's it called? Not fragments, but more like uh, the things that don't decay quite easily. So most metal in these said houses, quote unquote, basically,
And anything made of stone.
yes, is basically preserved relatively well, while only few fragments of actual wood, like would remain.
Look, this wood means they either had to have a connection to the outside above to grow trees, or they must have grown them down here. I wonder.
Perhaps it's simply a different kind of tree.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if a civilization that was able to build all this had connections up to the surface. That's for sure.
If it's
My head
Mm-hmm.
and everybody else ahead of you
everybody else.
in this is like relatively like 30-40 feet height of to ceiling, about 50-70 feet side to side. It's a lot more cozy, and looks less like looks like an actual alleyway of a very long forgotten town, as all of a sudden in front of you, blaring lights. In front of you, about 90 feet, as multitude of these bright reddish lights emerge from one of the houses that softly turn their what's it called? Turn their intensity of brightness to this lukewarm orange and then very inviting yellow. As all of a sudden you hear the melody transition from the actual pot that was still walking to the actual building in front of you. Although, as you walk by, you basically realize as you look through the opening windows, it looks like a tavern. It looks like a bar. Although, as I assume you just followed the pot, right?
Hotpot is not going there.
No, he is walking by it. He just slides up, it walks by it, and after a few seconds of walking by it, the music returns to the pot, and the lights in the said tavern extinguish.
So he walks past and the lights go out.
Yes.
I
Are
would
there
look
more
inside.
of those pots inside the tavern, just looking in?
No, nothing. Nevertheless,
Do we have? We don't have a way to get to stop him, do we? Because that might be a good way to more or less take a break, per se.
How heavy is it?
the
pot.
Giving the actual feel about it, you would assume it's about a ton. You really have no real good measure, because it looks like, if it was a clay pot, you assume like maybe 70 pounds, give or take, but it's metal, and it's not hollow metal as well. There's like full, like you hit it, like you knock on it, and you can hear it's solid metal. Not to mention, probably fighting this one would not exactly be very good. Nevertheless,
But
yes.
that means the powder source within it is able to powder other things. Like that. I'll keep this in mind. I'll keep this place in mind so we can come back to it if we choose to.
Nevertheless, 3 more minutes pass. And all of a sudden you hear a soft bellowing voice inside again. Entering. And it just kind of stops. Please stand by for software update. There's like whirling sounds and buzzing and clicking up. The best way I can describe. Okay, I'm gonna describe this off the table. It sounds like a fucking modem inside. It's buzzing. It's clicking. You don't know what is happening.
All right,
Eh,
everyone,
Yeah.
everyone,
I'll
stand
pull
back.
my head off of the pot
Hmm.
and stand back.
Yes, it is time to step back. Just in case.
It takes about a minute buzzing, clicking, no visual or sound cues happen until all of a sudden you hear this winding up sound inside of it. You feel this buster specifically, and basically all of you feel your hair start to stand up as all of a sudden you feel the best way I can describe a storm is coming. As all of a sudden you feel this light, like electricity in the air, getting more and more intense.
It is very much time to go and find a way not to be here.
Would you wish to go into one of the
Hey.
buildings around? Or
Yes,
Hey.
please.
yes?
Do I think this is gonna get I don't know if this is probably insight or arcana check.
Yeah.
Do I think it's about to recharge with some environmental factors?
Passive insight tells you yes. Passive insight also tells you this is probably dangerous.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm just gonna, like while we're about to get out, I'm gonna throw some of the, several, actually a lot of pounds of wood out on the ground and a metal rod, and then go.
Not around it, right?
No, not around it, just near it.
A lightning rod.
Exactly. A bunch of. I need open flame for my work, and you need hot fire.
Okay,
It's hard to start a fire of that magnitude without a little bit of help.
What happens is the whining sound intensifies, the music stops entirely, and you just, in the dark, surrounded by a few sources of light, you hear wom, 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 wom. And then, question, is anybody looking at it, or are you just trying to take cover?
Taking cover.
Kalis is taking cover.
I'm
with
looking at
the
it.
hat.
My
So
head?
this is how you die, Nihi.
Yeah. Yeah, I do, but I just I have little glasses with I get some eye protection.
Eye protection,
As I
good.
peek over.
Nihilum,
Nihilum, have you taken cover nearby Kalis?
I think so, yes.
Kalis will specifically drag her back. Like he has the head in one arm, and he grabs Nihilum and pulls her away.
What, do you
I
think
know
I
what
don't
I'm
make
doing.
the best decisions?
I'm an expert at welding. Wait, I'm an expert.
I do not know what welding is. Whatever that thing is, it is making a lot of power very fast.
Yes, see, I have protection. Taps glass goggles.
You may, but the others of us don't. There's not a look.
So, boom, 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 boom. And then, for those who just like looking, just like away, you just see the surrounding area just turn a lot brighter. Like somebody just opened up the sun out of nowhere. Con save for Mahat as he's looking with defensive goggles.
Can I have advantage due to defensive goggles? I was ready. I was prepared. Or did I lose Discord? Oh,
No,
Nope,
you're
no,
still
you
good.
didn't.
alright. DM, can I?
What do what now?
Since I have the protective goggles, can I have advantage on this so it's prepared?
No, this would be with disadvantage if
Hell yeah, cancel disadvantage, let's go. Con save, was it?
con save.
Here comes
Alright,
the sun.
Du-du-du-du.
Yeah.
very great roll.
It's over. But you can re-roll because I'm a chrono wizard.
Alright, 17 is a lot better than 9.
You still failed.
No!
Give me a
You
second.
Dang it, why do you have to go and waste resource?
You suffered 29 radiant damage.
Oh boy.
As I just imagine what's the worst that can happen. Just
I feel like
the way
Mary
of-
to Pippin said, you just had to
Nothing.
look. You
Yeah.
always have to look.
Nothing bad ever happens to the Kennedys.
and the massive flash of light evaporates and everything is quiet and I see all you can hear is my head fucking swearing.
I warned you not to look.
But I saw. It's watching.
That's one.
My head.
Ah, boy.
I have some bad news and I have some good news.
Oh no.
The good news is your eyeballs are attacked. The bad news is, you may be blind. Because when you open your eyes to look around, all you see is pitch blackness. Also, looking at my head, you basically see the exact threshold of where the blast hit him. As it
Haha.
leave the permanent mark on his skin.
Well, I'm gonna
He
say
certainly
no to
had
the
a skin.
blindness. I'm gonna say no to the blindness because I'm casting lesser restoration on your ass.
All of a sudden, here's the thing. Mahet's eyes, Mahet's, let's just say Mahet's eyesight was a lot more paler a few seconds ago, and Mahet, you slowly see the darkness spot by spot fade away as you start to see figures.
How many fingers am I holding up?
Kind of looks at you. Squints.
18.
Close enough. You can see.
And it was that he looks back over. Question: Araxis, is my fire pit a fire?
It is. Basically, you look at the place, you see there's like actual burning at the moment where the wood was. And also you see the pot immediately stand up and walk basically back the way you came, proclaiming software updated, returning to normal duties. Bud.
So that's what a software update looks like.
Never
I hope we
again.
don't have to see any more.
And he just
But I'm
proceeds-
already to say.
Heads at the fire.
Excuse me.
Bud. He just goes, Fud, pass you, Fud.
Hmm.
It does not seem to be a creature of information.
I think it's only a creature of information. As he like pokes the charcoal fire.
I'm for shits and giggles. We're looking for a tavern.
Fud,
Shouting at it.
Fud.
Hmm.
So what are you gonna do now?
Yeah.
Left by this, like, I assume like you had like 20 pounds of wood, and it's all like combusted and burning, and half of it is already burned.
Oh yeah, no, this is great. I needed charcoal. That takes time to produce, but we got a shortcut. And now, smiley face with an open flame, I can smith.
Let's see.
Oh, I understood.
Mm,
Sniff.
mm,
He actually sniffs while he smiths.
sniffing, smithing.
Yeah, he uses his nose as much as his hands.
I'll be a short bit.
Should-
If you want to follow it, go for it. I'll catch up.
Just he stares at the fire intensely.
How
At
do you catch?
last.
How you catch up?
Nothing else here makes noise. I can hear you for miles. So loud.
I still do not think it is a good idea to leave any of us alone. You still don't know what Grimcloak saw.
True.
I haven't heard either.
So are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna try to go back, follow the thing?
Yeah.
Well, let's
Bud,
see
bud,
here.
bud.
I want to see. Maybe we need to ask it the right question.
Bud.
Like, what is your duty?
Bud. Continues walking.
What is your name?
Continues to go Bud. The music is back though. The music is back. And after just like following it, I assume for minutes.
You know what? I'm gonna do this. While he's as we're leaving, I'm going to actually put Tensor's floating disc on the ground right up below the fire and Mahet and float it up so he can work on the go. There we go.
That's great. Oh, that's brilliant.
That is good. But yeah,
That is
minutes pass by. And all of a sudden the music fades and you see the blinding red light again, turning again to this inviting yellow. As this time the pot enters the said establishment. And he literally just
That helps.
takes a few steps in, goes basically by what seems to be a very destroyed bar. And how many of you are just literally following him inside?
Because we all are.
I guess so, yeah.
Kayla's
I am a bit distracted
will
at the
follow
moment.
him and
Nuns.
Yeah, no, we'll leave Mahet outside with the fire.
Yeah, let's not go
Good
into a
idea.
bar with open fire.
Hey. He literally takes like 10 steps inside and does a 180 and presents his hand towards you. Greetings and salutations, guests. Welcome to Rude and Toots, fine establishment. How can I aid you today?
Oh. Guys, is a huge siren. It's like, oh, good, he's friendly. Look, we're new here, and we're wondering what you can if there's anything you could tell us about where exactly we are, other than what you've already told us.
I told you nothing, my good sirs. Refreshing beverage, perhaps?
Looks at everybody else.
I think this would be a good moment to rest up.
Agreed. All right.
He all of a sudden, you see one of his hands shift form less of a hand, more like a ladle. Excellent choice. Allow me. He goes around and he literally grabs a broken piece of glass from wherever the thing is, and then he puts the ladle in the glass, and it seems to look at it, and you all hear this buzzing sound from the ladle, and then you hear just a very painful sizzle of foam and nothing else. Nothing comes out, and you literally see an actual, what you assume is an illusion, that is showing a question mark above his head. And you all hear in this tavern, error. Dragon Spy Brew, no more. Issuing resupplyment. Error. Server's not available.
I assume it must have been something of a servant, maybe bought in back in the day.
It would seem that way.
Error. Automatic distribution not available. Manual distribution activated. Activating rude one. All of a sudden, the ladle changes back into the arm. And for a second, you think the pot breathes as he looks around, looks at the glass, chucks it aside, looks at you. Hello. He takes a few steps towards you.
Hello?
You're not from around here, are you? No, you're not. Odd
What
things
is
you
here?
are.
What is here exactly?
What do you mean you're here? You're at the capital, are you not? He kind of proactively walks by you, basically outside, and you see him lean. He is literally just a cup, like not a cup, but just a pot. He leans his upper body out, as if looking left and right, and looks back at
Ding, ding, ding. My head smithing outside.
you. Weird. Where is everybody?
It may have been a little long since you had your last. What did you call it? Software update?
Ah, yes, software update. I had one recently. Hold up. All of a sudden, he extends his hand, and you see almost like a tapestry unveiled in this coarse skin. And he seems to like glide his fingers through it. Oh. Oh. He looks at you. Huh. This cannot be right. He looks back at his wrist. And you look at his wrist, everybody, and it's a language you don't really never seen before.
I am darting over there and starting to write it down.
Okay, you just start writing stuff down. Weird.
You said this was the capital.
But of course, capital of the world. Hold on a minute. He looks again at his wrist. He looks back at you, Kalis, because you're talking to him. I do wish to be a bit of a sore news. It states here, he just points. In Blesser, you see literally nothing but just a line with a little bit of squiggling at the end. That I've been trying to constantly repair myself for the past 24 and a half millennia.
Is that what it says exactly?
You're welcome.
Does that is that what it says exactly? Those words.
Yes. He kind of looks at you.
We are
4.5 millennia.
Well, 24,512 years, 8 months, 17 days, 52 minutes, and 9 seconds.
we found you somewhere around the 9 seconds ago mark.
Ah,
When we found you, you seemed to be in some housing arrangement near a market area, or what we can only assume was one.
huh.
And one of our compatriots, who is currently outside, repaired you using a cantrip.
That's not acceptable. We must call the guards. We must let the magisters know. Something is a bit afoot.
Not
It is
How about-
been 24 millennia. I do not think there are any guards left.
Wait.
Why would not there be? The Dragon Emperor himself is about 120 millennia old.
Did you say the Dragon Emperor?
He kind of looks at all of you. You're odd indeed, not knowing the ruler of the world.
Forgive us.
Nope.
But
Gone. Not here.
from our
Did my head just enter the
perspective,
building?
No, he could just hear this all. He has past perception. He just yells it out randomly.
But, but from our perspective, you are the odd one. We have found no one else in this area.
I see. Meaning what exactly?
I suppose you're. Sorry.
Kalis shrugs. Go ahead.
I suppose the world you knew 24.5 millennia ago does not exist anymore?
There certainly isn't anything I've heard of. I should know. I'm the archaeologist.
Gone. Gone with the wind.
This cannot be. Then why are you here? Surely the world has fallen.
But I mean, there's a whole new world up there. By your standards, there's many different empires up there.
Up there. We are on the surface, are we not?
No. Or at least, I do not think so. It is
Hmm.
confusing.
We did not travel here by physical means. We were transported through what I can only describe as some form of magic. So we are not precisely sure where we are. However, from what we have seen, we are not on the surface. At least, not the surface as we know it.
So you've been
Because when we first
Awesome.
came in, there was like a sky, right? You said that there was like a gray sky.
yeah, there was like something generated light above, but there was a sky, but there was no clouds or a sun. It's kind of just weird. Look
It
at
could have
it.
been the artificial sky.
It was
Magic
not
island?
something we recognized as having a moon or a sun or clouds. It seemed to just have light, and that was it.
This is very interesting. However, duty calls that I must provide the dragon's spew brew. So if you excuse me,
And what's the Dragon Emperor's name other than the Dragon Emperor? By the way,
he's always been known as the Dragon Emperor. That's what he's been called. That's what he is.
what about it? Do you have any information about two people that we're looking for?
Finally.
What are these individuals looking for?
God. I'm gonna say their names.
What are the names? Are
We
they
looking
Lester?
Hey,
for-
Erics, what does my keen mind say that the names are?
God damn it!
Elira
Fucking
and
write it down.
Elira and
I
Rent,
thought I
right?
wrote it
I
down.
have it.
didn't write
Check,
it down.
check,
You're
check
on
dice
right.
roller.
Olia and Rhett.
I see.
Siblings, from what we know.
Oh no, I know of it quite well. I don't know what Olia is. She's passive insight from everybody, please.
Okay.
Roll insight?
Yeah, insight.
Ah.
Oh. Died.
My head is not gonna roll, I guess. Okay. So
I'm not in the room, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Or in the midst of
So yeah, basically everybody except for Grimcloak. You realize this pot wants to say something quite mean about Aaliyah, but seemingly stops himself out of maybe rudeness or maybe just something else. Never mind that. As for Red, he's a master.
Interesting.
Master of what?
A master of everything. You name a craft, he has mastered it. Tenfolds, hundredfolds even. He's the very embodiment of creativity for humanity.
Would you be able to show us where he is?
Oh, Master Red resides in the Master Red Square. Deep levels.
Do you have a map or anything that could show us the way?
Let me see if he can roll something.
He self-destructs out of too much data.
Boom!
Thought
Now
explode.
he explodes.
Alas, I know the way to him, but also I have my own duty. Someone else delivered the dragon spit brew to the tavern. My apologies and fare thee well. And he proceeds to walk away.
As he walks out the door,
Yeah.
and he passes
So he
by-
didn't have directions for us.
Oh, he says he knows the way, but alas, he has to go, so farewell.
If we help you get it there and back, then will you tell us?
Sure.
Well, then I guess we'll help him.
It seems like we don't have much of a choice then. Going deeper and looking for a square.
It's either go, yeah. We have
It's
a few
either
options,
wander
actually.
Or know for certain. I would prefer knowing for certain.
Very much agree on that one.
2. This is an actual lead.
It's the closest one we've got.
24 millennia.
A lost civilization down here. And nobody knew
Dragon.
about it.
A dragon emperor.
The best thing is that I can start deciphering whatever he was looking at.
From what I could tell, it seemed to be a record.
If I can
in the
get,
way
if
he
I can,
spoke of it.
and if I can make a table that translates it to common or anything that's closer to it, I know a lot of languages, we could have an entire history.
Makes you
Currently,
wonder who wanted it forgotten.
This is
But aren't we here to rebuild it?
So we're here to pick up two people which are related to our employer.
But kind of
Perhaps-
makes you wonder why.
Kalis kind of nods slightly. He called himself the eldest. You do not think he's the son of this dragon emperor? It would be
Yeah.
possible, considering the age of the supposed dragon emperor, according to our bartender.
DM?
Yes.
Have I ever in my time come across those words, the Dragon Emperor?
No.
No. Yeah, like I've said.
So it's not even in the ancient lore or myths of the world that there was a dragon empire at one point.
It says millennium, so it is very, very, very likely that it's
Okay.
been very
Uh,
much lost in time.
Okay, here's the
But
thing.
anyways, we should probably follow him before
okay,
he gets anywhere.
Nihilum and Bluster, you can roll me a history check. Technically,
Oh.
Grimcloak as well. Kalias, you also as
Uh,
well. Sure, fuck it.
I say you can have a D8 to that.
Blester, if
Me?
you don't have advantage, go ahead and add advantage.
Finally, I get to use my arcane knowledge of the past, and yeah, I roll 15, which is just normal.
That's
There's advantage and
What
extra
1D?
D8.
What was that? A D8?
1d8.
Okay, how am I gonna do this then? I'll just do this, where I do that, and now I'll just roll the
So give her
D8
those.
separately. Oh, that's a nat 20, but 20 plus 9, 29. That's gonna be 34 or 35. No, 3. Sorry, math hard.
Luster 35.
Yep, somewhere around there.
So, Dorian Empire, the biggest empire in the world and the oldest empire in the world, can trace its roots back 2.5 millennia ago. if there is some empire that was around 20 something thousand millennia, ruled by a creature that had over 100 millennia, that is way past. And one thing also you realize is when shit happens in the world, well, not shit happens, but snow, rain, ground, everything gets buried eventually, and you find fossils. You can only assume now that there's this somewhere in the desert. What other things in the world might be there if you looked hard enough? Yeah. So
But nothing specific pertaining to the Dragon Emperor or the civilization.
No.
Oh. I'm sorry, there's just nothing on this place.
So there's plenty to learn then.
Exactly.
Shall we go?
Yeah. Mahet, you coming with us to help?
If the ground moves.
All right, but just so you know, the disc might get a little crowded once we get to wherever he's going.
Exactly.
So more 10-cent floating discs as we follow.
Follow. Stomp. 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 Down through the corridors you go. The music continues as you leave the tavern, and yeah, there is music now in the tavern, in the pot as he just travels with you, or essentially you follow him.
Kind of like hitting the hammer to the beat.
Yeah.
Can Grimcloak ask a question along the way?
Yes, questions.
It's a question for the Potbot. I'm going to call him Potbot. Get used to it.
Mhm.
So, what was your previous task before getting the brew? It might explain what you were doing in that area.
Running the inn, keeping the inn full with stock, serving the patrons.
So that building was an inn at the market. Huh.
No, I do not have anything in the central square too.
And did the people
Mysterious.
look anything like us or different or?
He kind of looks at all of you once over. Not stopping, just kind of looking over you. For one, you are like children compared to them.
We're talking about in size or in age?
Both. How long do you live? The pot asks all of you.
That depends on. That depends. Over a century. It's a little over a century for me.
The multitude of races in our world lives from around 50 to. Elves live like around
6.
1,000 years, right?
6,
Somewhere around there.
7.
Around 6 to 1,000 for good.
A little
Matt, can I just
under-
go on?
To a little under 1,000 years.
Hmm.
I have lived for.
He stares off into the distance for a second, the padding of the hammer stopping. DM, can I remember how old I am?
Roll me a history check.
I mean, I have it written in my notes that Mahet can't count, so I doubt it.
Yeah. He has to roll history for how old he is.
I mean, it's not counting. You don't remember.
Oh, I'm old. Or young.
But it's
No,
all-
you're
You
definitely old. You're definitely on the old
I'm
side.
spry.
Look at me! Bangs hammer.
I
Nuts.
prefer not to look at you.
Damn.
Ooh, some shade.
Fucking yeah. That is some shade, I'm not gonna lie.
Goodness. How long do we travel for, Raxus?
At the moment, like 20 minutes. You don't know how long. Oh yeah, I know. I know exactly. I listen. Before we continue, Bottle, this right here was set up about a year before I started Final Fantasy 14.
Oh,
Yeah. Give me a second. I need more music.
Can't wait to meet Emmett Selk the pot.
Oh no. Anyway, the pot listens to you and says, "Well, you're a short-lived kind. Back all those millennia ago, it was easy to pass at least 2 millennia. Especially if you were chosen one of the children or the emperor himself, then you could be for how long you don't know really. 10 millennia, 12 millennia, 15, 30 millennia. Proceeds to just walk. So slightly disappointed.
How far is this place we're going to?
On foot, the way we're traveling. A day or so, maybe.
What will you do if there is no ale there either?
Hmm. Hmm. It pauses. I do not know. He actually stops to think. Hmm. Let's see. Give me a second. Well, clearly you're looking for refreshment. If there is any, well, you can have it, I suppose. And all the patrons that may come after as well.
But it has been, as you said, a great many millennia since it was last stocked. It's possible that it all dried up.
Hmm. Roll me persuasion check.
Really? Oh boy, I am ready. $18?
He seems to think. But what if there are? He looks back at you with almost like a philosophical look, even though there's no face.
As much as I'd like to believe, given the evaporation rate of just any sort of liquid for that matter, it's highly unlikely. Like mere fractions of percents true. Possible. Even if properly stored.
I see. He seems to be.
But-
He seems to be thinking. Yes. What would you like to say, Blister?
Yeah, if you help us out, and while we're out and exploring, or you can come with us, and we just so happen to find any, we'll take it. We have plenty of means of storing it until we can get back to your inn.
He seems to think. Yeah. Jesus. I suppose. Right. Good. Then now we must go to the elevator to get to the Red Master Square.
Excellent.
There's an elevator. That would have been useful to know earlier.
Oh, do not worry. It's about 3 days walking to the elevator. Just a quick trip.
I just for bit of forewarning, a couple times throughout the trip, we will need to stop to rest.
Why? Are you ill?
Well, one of us has decided to go and not sleep for a while and is more or less exhausted. Points to Neely.
I understand when you stay awake for months at a time. It is nice to rest for a day or two.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, it seems that way. It feels that way, certainly.
Alrighty. He nods to himself.
Which,
And then-
speaking of which, we should. How are you holding up? Would you like to start with the first rest today? Now?
Maybe.
We'll definitely give Mahet some time to do. What is it you're doing?
I don't know.
Excellent. We'll let him figure it out while we rest.
I.
So if anybody else is opposed, including the pot, I guess we're going to take our first long rest.
I think that would
Find
be
some-
a good idea.
Find something
Okay,
up and out of the
yeah.
way to take a long rest in.
I see.
Yeah.
Oh. Gee, okay. Question. Being basically with this massive pot who does not sleep, and being escorted to a master, the red, and now arresting. Are you actually gonna take watch?
If someone says no, Grimcock will remind you that he pissed something off and it's coming their way. So
Kalis takes watch like first in the morning just out of habit, as much as anything.
so you are the first to wake up to take watch, or do you take the first watch?
I take the first watch.
Mind you, this music plays always. This music that you hear, it's always playing from inside of him.
I'm used to it.
It's just like, yeah, I can sleep to it.
Kalis has learned to ignore chatty traveling buddies.
Nina would just kind of cover her ears as she falls asleep.
And before you ask, yes, Grimcloak sleeps with the mask on.
So
It's not weird at all.
I have a question. Are you just all just gonna let the pod just have the music
No.
playing?
Well, I mean, if it's nice music, yeah.
It's the music that you hear.
Is it like, are we talking like please hold on the line music?
Well, there's two types of one. There's the ones that are
no,
annoying and the one that slaps.
No. You listening to it. This is what's coming out of his chest always.
Oh, that's fine.
I look at
Yeah,
the
that's
pot. I
fine.
look at the pot. I say, change song. Boring now.
Give me a second. Give me a second.
He actually,
You mentioned
He's actually loading.
Yeah. What did you expect? What did you expect? Hold up a second. The thing looks at you, my head, and asks, "What would you prefer?"
Something with a punch. Good for smithing. No, it's-
no.
There you go.
I mean, eventually he'll tucker himself out, right?
Okay. Changing music. Not joking.
And I'll give you time.
Why? Oh, it's because I'm looping it. Stop. Oh no, wrong stop. There you go. Few seconds later.
you see like light flash in his eyes. He gets, as the smithing gets slightly more intense.
Nina would just wake up. What is that?
you, just, like, you see the burning fire. You know, I've poured oil on the fire at this point. The fire's hotter and wider than
I
before.
would like to do something before going to bed too. Taking a rest. I would like to look at whatever the hell the pot was looking at, so I could just write it all down and try and get a cipher.
Wherever
Asking
it was,
him, what does this say? What does this say? What does this say?
as soon as he finished looking at that, it basically faded away and became basically rough metallic limbs.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask him. Say, do it again.
Why? He looks at you.
Because I've never seen that language before, and I want to know about it.
It is not a language.
It's a concept.
Then what is it?
It is code.
Code?
It's like an incantation, I believe.
Oh, so it's like the ancient words to put the spells together. Then
No. It is. He seems to think for a second. Ask Master Red. He knows more of it. He invented it, after all.
I will keep that in mind.
I cannot wait until everybody just gonna start arguing what the pod needs to put on the speaker.
Oh, I have a simple solution. If they're gonna keep messing with the music, I'm just gonna cast fucking Private Sanctum and says like, yeah, I have my own area. There's no silence. Thank you very much. Bye.
So,
Goodness. Yeah. With that said, DM.
yeah.
That a lot faster to craft since it's not mythic weapons like we normally try. I'm just crafting a normal breastplate and shield. No fancy.
Okay.
Just things of
Clang,
metal.
clang.
Clang, clang.
Do you have enough metal for it?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've been keeping track.
How much metal do you have?
I have over 40 pounds. Metal at this
Ooh.
point. And I check the weights of the things. I'm
Just
crafting.
roll me 2 performance checks.
I'm assuming you mean smithing checks, but yes.
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
no,
yes.
no.
It's
Clang.
Tony Starkin. Let him cook.
I like the fact now you can. Anyway, listen. I'm just saying. Give me a second. I'm just gonna actually do this properly. There you go. There you go. See? Look in the chat. Not chat, but look at the VC. See? You understand now the concept of the predicament?
Pot, let's go! Alright. This is the first one. This is for the half plate. Or not half. Is it called half plate? I'm double checking. Yeah, it's a half plate. Well, actually, no, this is a breastplate. Half plate's something different. No, it's breastplate. And this is for the shield.
You people are so nice. Yeah, I would say you get both breastplate and a shield +1. The spy not knowing this.
Smiley artificer.
Yeah.
He's like, he just accidentally happened. Whoopsie. I know how to do that.
I now can only imagine my head doing the lo-fi beats to chill and study to, but it's basically smithing rhymes to bang out a breastplate too.
That is. And I will all right, I don't even need to do that then. No, it's great. This worked better than intended.
Why?
Oh, actually, I'm sorry, I was wrong. There's a 5+ to each one of those as well. It's a 34 and a 27.
The only thing
good-
coming up is Will Smith's
I don't think
lo-fi
if
beats
it'll
to
change anything, but
Quarantine 2.
I need to tell you.
Oh Jesus.
Make it a +2
There
then.
isn't a blacksmithing lo-fi, sadly.
Hey, yep, no, it's all right, DM, can you adjust my AC to 21?
20.
And I will take off the 26 pounds.
You know, there's like memes on Twitter about like crackheads and just becoming ultra
Crackhead
powerful. Yeah, you're like,
Although I
yeah,
don't think, since it's not invented, we just say we haven't discovered ADHD yet in this world.
No, this guy has something more than hyper.
Oh,
This
he's
guy's
the
on
other
high
thing
level.
too, huh?
He's the original gene of ADHD in this world. He's the original.
Wait,
with
that means
said,
he's either procreated or plans to.
Oh no. With that said, yeah, you guys, if nothing happens, you wake up finding him sleeping on strangely well-crafted items. Sleeping on the tensor's disc or where it was.
Yeah, it disappeared a while ago. A hot minute ago.
It is a ritual spell, so luckily it's free to cast when you do need to.
Yes.
But yeah, he's just
So
like sleeping calmly to the smithing music. At peace.
Dixie.
Oh,
so
So,
so
first watch is Kalis.
Bless you.
Yes.
I guess
Yeah.
I'll take second watch.
Okay.
and then is there a third one?
I am gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this. Nothing changes. It's
Nothing
pretty, yeah. However, the music still keeps going.
Except in the private sanctum, where it's much nice and quiet for people.
And it's like sleeping on the pod.
Jesus Christ! Why is so cursed?
Yeah, it's
As soon
chilling.
as we're done, everybody get done. We'll head back out.
I just imagine the fucking Nihilum wakes up. It's your time to watch. Looks at the pod sitting like the picture presented, and there's just like what she could assume is dwarves just fucking going at it inside of his stomach.
Could I look inside?
You met your people on the television.
Oh,
Also, Kalius, you noticed a grenade turns into a small bone.
I guess you could say you're now boned.
Mm.
The slow reaction makes it funnier.
Yes, it does.
So, I guess it's more 8 hours of rest.
Yep. Ah,
You guys sleep 8
good
hours.
morning, everybody.
You guys sleep 8 hours, half-elf mockeries.
Well, you're.
Good
I guess.
morning.
Back to it.
So
I
I
feel
guess,
a lot
Unless
more alive
anything-
today.
I'm just gonna say the music keeps going. It says here the pod just says, "You're ready to go." Good. Proceeds to just
Mm-hmm.
step.
Me-
The
Neela
music.
would just shouted, "Stop music!
What?
Stop music!"
Hat
Okay.
immediately wakes up. Ah!
You welcome the old coots.
Traded one piece for another, and the head is awakened once more for the day.
So, I assume you will go
Mhm.
and follow the pot man in complete silence.
Yep.
Can one of you, two of you, roll me a free d10. One of
it.
you.
Well, who did it last
Actually,
time?
I think me and Nihilem didn't get one last time, so I think
Mhm.
Grimlock was the last one to get a D10. I could be
Yeah.
wrong about
Yeah.
that. But...
No, it's not a
I'll-
d10. It's a free d10. It's a free d10.
You know what? Okay. I'll roll one. Nihilem can roll the other two then.
No. This is one
No,
person.
we're 3 in a row.
Yes.
There's 3 of them.
All right, all right,
Yes.
all right, all right. There you go.
You're not on the surface, motherfucker.
There you go.
Oh.
You get a 5
Mm.
and a 4 and a 9. Pats on head.
Walking for God knows how long through essentially corridors, just going straight. The pathway never shrinks down anymore. Sometimes it widens. By all means, it looks like you're just going through the sewers, although it's clean. There's no sewage, there's no water, nothing. More like you see a lot of buildings, or I guess rooms, if you will. Let's call them rooms. In the sides of these walls, with actual furniture inside, or I guess frames of it. Most of it destroyed by time and nothing really else. And you just go for 5 hours in darkness with Kalius's torch. Kalius, are you still using a torch?
I'm using my light trick.
Yeah, but Kalius, are you using torches? Hello?
Kalis,
Yes. Wake up, Kalias.
Kalius!
We call you
I'm dry-
for your oath.
I'll drag Kalius on the Pouch's body with me.
That's fine. So, because remember, torches are not infinite. They eventually do burn out.
Yep.
By
Kalius.
the way, once they run out, I take the
Yeah.
torches and stuff it in my bag.
If you are you still using torches while traveling?
I would probably like after my first torch ran out, I probably wouldn't use a second one currently,
Yeah,
considering we do have other sources.
I'll give
of
him a
light.
torch. As I take a stick, and then suddenly it transforms into a torch, and I throw it to him.
That works, I guess.
Magic! I didn't know I could do that.
Kalis kind of shakes
Well,
his
you're
head
just
and
full of
continues.
surprises, aren't you?
So-
That is just. Oh no.
Oh, give me a second.
But DM, I will say one thing. If we've been traveling for 5 hours, there is one thing I would like to attempt to craft.
No. Well, I mean, what do you want to?
Assuming nothing interrupts us, which something very much might. That I'd like to try to craft his default weapon.
Full weapon? Nah, that's not gonna help you. Also, speaking of things that could happen, smiley
Been
face.
interrupted.
You named it Potbot.
Yeah, I know. So, all of a sudden, wandering with the pod, you stumble upon a nice little crossroads, what seems to be with several fountains that have long dried out, and relatively beautiful. I would like everybody to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Really?
I would like to use the lucky feat.
Oh God.
Not dealing with paladins anymore, right?
Ma.
Can't break my
Lester.
sanity if I'm not safe.
Lester. Lester. You walk through the center of these, well, basically through the walkway in the center of these fountains, and all of a sudden you hear screeches from below, soft ones, that culminate into these gurgling sounds of the fountains. But it less sounds like water is being spewed, more like somebody's choking actively. As all of a sudden the fountains spurts out liquid of the stars. Blister? You've been there. You've seen this. You've seen the amalgamation of the stars when it's ripped apart. You saw firsthand. Firsthand. You read the accounts. It is literally the liquid as described. It is a blackish, inkish liquid with essentially the night sky in its form, as now all the fountains are spilling out this liquid. Surprisingly enough, you look around at your companions who are walking casually past. For everybody else, Lester all of a sudden gets heightened. Something is off. Lester, anything you want to say?
Guys, there's some strange things going on. Just like what happened not long ago. With the sky opening up.
Sky opening. The sky opening.
Eye opening. Oh, no.
I want to point towards it.
If he's actually, is he actually flying in the air now?
So,
Yes?
Lester's pointing towards it. We don't see anything, do we?
Yeah, you don't hear anything, see anything. You're just told by Bluster now that shit is happening, though you don't see it.
As a barbarian who's pretty good at the whole danger sensing thing, can I like take an active moment to just look again? Stretching
mind this
out
roll,
his
just for
awareness,
myself.
both physically
Okay.
and like to some extent his magical awareness because of his magic can I sense it, what he's seeing?
Roll me an insight check.
Also, what was the other thing being asked? Somebody else was asking something else.
Oh no, I was just rolling a d2 to see what Grim Cloak would do. And I know the
okay.
reaction, but I'm gonna wait for a
20
bit to see
total.
what this roll is gonna give.
So,
I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
there's nothing.
Shrug,
Was
unless
that-
I see something.
Was that to Mahet or me? I got a 20 total.
For some reason, when you look around, there's something that just feels wrong when you look at the empty fountains. Something creeps up at your back of your spine.
Oh, I like to ask Blaster something. You did say sky, like the sky opening, right? And you're pointing at one of the fountains.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've rolled my decision, and my decision is simple. Paranoia kicks in, and I cast Frostbite at the freaking fountain. Like, no questions asked. Like, nope, sky opening. Nope, we're not doing this shit. Just shoot it, paranoid.
Frostbolt into the thing. Roll damage.
Oh, just roll damage. Okay.
Yes.
5 points of frost damage. And you make a con saving throw. If it has a con saving throw.
You
I will toss
hear
a grenade to Blester, though. You know, that's how I solve my problems.
What?
all of a sudden, you hear a screech underground, almost like 10 feet below you. A female squeal, almost like a banshee, as all of a sudden, a blister. The blackish goo just dissipates and vanishes. Grim Cloak, shooting the frostbolt into the fountains, essentially covered the fountain in ice. But what you also realize is the angle the ice dissipated, it looked like a constant liquid was flowing through it. So you did stop something midst the fountain. But as soon as the screech is heard, as it actually descended, the liquid dissipated and everything as per usual. Blister? Question mark?
Move now. Move. I'm ushering everyone to. I'm ushering the pont and everyone to get out of there.
You don't have to tell Grimdrog that twice. He's moving.
Mhm.
You can
For
even see this
sure.
face, and he might be a bit terrified.
Well,
Honest,
Man,
We
get
can't
back
see
over
your
here.
face.
how I was
You're
about to say
wearing a mask.
his mask
Yeah,
is
you can't see
looking
his
kind
face.
of worried.
well,
His message is from happy to tragedy.
Hmm. So, with that being said and done, it's been 3 hours. You wish to continue? Or you wish to call it?
We
Mm,
can't
got-
sit
It's up
there.
to everybody else.
Yes.
I feel like we should at least roll one more 3d10.
Okay,
Yeah.
roll me a
Let's finish the
3d10.
day.
Yeah.
no,
Yeah,
okay.
finish the day with the long rest after we do the thing.
3d10.
So,
Yeah.
It's
So we
it's
can,
3d10, right?
yep. Because
Ooh.
apparently we have more stuff to roll for.
That's a 10, 3, and a 2.
And a 3 and a 2. Oh god.
Ooh, baby, baby.
I think you will wanna
Oh.
you will wanna
Oh.
call it for now, cause my good
And-
people, takes only a good 10 minutes of walking and another cross section, although it's not as nice as before. Many turns lefts and rights you have taken, and in the center of this crossroad,
Discord.
huh?
They keep getting cut off, so I'm thinking, hey, Discord, stop being annoying.
Oh, well, to put it simply, in the crossroads, 10 minutes away from your little encounter, stands 2 bronze creatures. Seemingly statues at first, but as soon as it got closer, they spring to life. Yeah, it's gonna be an encounter. So, with that being said, I am gonna call it here.
Sweet.
Yeah. Actual combat. You got some combat. I hope you're ready.
I'm glad to know that we are fighting against the thing between stars.
So, anything you wish to say before I'm shutting the stream down with no survivors?
We're not doing dig again. No.
Oh yeah.
Dig,
We
dig, dig, dig,
Walking.
dig,
And
dig,
we're walking.
dig.
And we're walking.
Nope.
And we're
Yeah.
walking.
Dig,
And we're
dig.
walking.